This is absolutely criminal.
Okay, and welcome to Absolutely Criminal. Did we catch you by surprise? Starting a little earlier tonight with a shorter intro. I'm Andrew Martin, and Tiffie Lou is unfortunately not here, although you will see her on screen later, and more about that soon. Let's see. Good to see everybody here. Wesley John Holmes and Tennis Girl and all the usual suspects here. And Mia Wallace, welcome. Have a good show for you tonight. We're going to talk about not many people have come out and gone public with Tiffie Lou, I didn't know you could listen to the show at work. All right, well, Tiffie Lou is apparently listening and watching, and so the Adelsons don't have many supporters. And if they do, they kind of remain silent. But there's one brave soul, Dr. Benjamin Graber, who has come out and stuck his neck out for the Adelsons, basically attested to their character. So I want to see what you all think about that later. I've read his op-ed on the broadcast before, so I won't go over it all. But there's another article about this gentleman in a different newspaper that has some more nuggets of gold. And so I want to see what you think about that. And then we'll talk about the mental gymnastics that are necessary to arrive at the conclusion that he did. But first, before we get into anything else, it's the comments of the day. All right, and these are our comments on the videos that we put out, mainly on the live, but we scour all the videos for the best comments and some of the worst. But this one starts off, do the guidelines to be respectful apply to the hosts? What the heck, boomers, seniors, ageism much? I'm going to play you a couple clips that will put this into context, and then we'll answer that afterward.
No, for sure.
Yeah, they have to let him out of his cage for a shower. So what is Donna's hang up? Is it just that she's
Old?
A boomer, maybe? And yeah. I don't get it. I don't know what advantage this would give to her, but some people do think that. And she, because the audio is pretty clear, but, she's caught unawares. So she's about to tell us that they're not recording her phone. A common problem with senior citizens and mobile phones. Yeah, right. Okay, so we clearly referred to boomers and senior citizens. Didn't mean to disparage anybody because, we're getting close ourselves. So we like to laugh at ourselves a little bit. But Tiffie Lou did take this a bit seriously and took it to heart. And she wanted to record a video for you all tonight. And here it is. Here's Tiffie Lou and her addressing this situation. Take it away, Tiffie.
Guys, we f***ed up. I never thought I'd be making this video, especially this early in my YouTube career. But here we are. I come to you with like a heavy heart and stuff. On Friday's show, we referred to folks as boomers and portrayed senior citizens as hapless sacks when it comes to technology. Well, it appears that we're the sad sacks in the potato race called life, and I'm just devastated. My heart is literally in pieces right now. After minutes of arduous self-reflection, I realize now that my actions on this channel impact real lives. That's why right after this totally heartfelt apology, I'll be headed to rehab for stuff. That's why I can't be with you tonight. I wanted to, but my life coach was like, you need some Tiffie time. But the show, they say, must go on. Don't worry, I'll be fine, and Andrew will manage somehow. I'm sure he's got this. And I can assure you, I get this. Our bad. For Absolutely Criminal, I am Tiffie Lou. Good night, good luck, and let the darkness come alive. Okay. All right, we're good. All right.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, I thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you get the tickets?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tell her. No, Andrew, I have to tell her we're leaving the country.
Well, what are you going to do? Where are we going to go?
I don't know. Laos, Philippines, anywhere but this place. I am so done. We can do the show from anywhere.
Well,
No. Renee and Sparkles will understand. We can take them with us.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there at the end. It appears Tiffie Lou forgot the mic was on and said some things that she may not want repeated, but it's part of internet history now, honey. Yeah, Amelia Sparkles, go back to the beginning and watch Tiffie Lou's very heartfelt apology. But no, in all seriousness, if we offended anybody with our boomer and senior citizen comments, sorry about that. And we're not used to speaking in front of a lot of people, or at least more than a couple. So there we go. But okay, so a couple more comments, and then we'll get to Dr. Graber. And then later, I'm going to put up a poll in the chat to see if you all want to watch a little bit of the Wendi Adelson interrogation. I have plans on watching that later tonight because I'm just kind of a sicko. So if you want to join me, let me know. I have an audio enhanced version that I put through the Adobe podcast service, and I think it's a lot more easy. It's a lot easier to listen to. But we'll put up a poll later and let me know if you want to watch it. Okay, next comment. As long as you have a 3-minute intro, people will choose to move on rather than watch the video. People aren't interested in skipping ahead 3 minutes. And then the next one relates to that. Sure they are. It's easy. Just slide it to 3 minutes. That's what I did. Lol. All right. Well, we're trying something different tonight, so hopefully that'll make this person happy. But yeah, you can just skip if you'd like to. Alternatively, we can lop off the intro like the next day in YouTube Editor. So we'll figure out what we want to do here. Okay. You know what? I have to say, I get all nervous doing this show without Tiffie Lou. If she's not here, I don't know what it is, but I like tossing it to her to see what her observations are. So maybe we'll have to get the AI Tiffie out later, but no replacement certainly for the great Tiffie Lou. Now to a person that has an interesting history. And to be clear, he's never been accused of doing anything wrong, criminal at least. And he's never had any sanctions on his license. But this is Dr. Ben Graber. He's an OBGYN down in Florida. And he penned that op-ed in the Tallahassee Democrat. Gosh, it was a few weeks ago. Let me get this off the screen. I'll show it to you. I'm just going to go over a few of my favorite points here because we've read it before, and then I have another article. let's see. He says life stresses prevailed, stressful jobs, talking about Wendi and Dan, attained by ambitious young attorneys trying to balance professional and family life, became unbearable. Their individual needs and goals came into conflict. The family growth added to the stress. And there's Donna. Now, he contends that Dan's murder was the result of a fatal love triangle, and that Sigfredo, Luis, and K-Mags took it upon themselves, thunk up this beautiful plan to murder Dan Markel to get back at Charlie, but it's not clear they knew there was a friction between them in the first place anyway, and that's just a ridiculous premise anyhow. But he says Sigfredo is the attractive father of attractive. I would have to agree, but the father of Catherine's 2 children and her love interest, a freelancer with some money issues, crime background, anger and jealousy issues, a major risk taker, and somewhat violent past behaviors. He would not marry Catherine, but was addicted to her. And then later on, he says, after saying Charlie was just a playboy and he wouldn't do this kind of thing because he's too affluent and he's too much of a good person. He also says Donna Adelson is a 73-year-old grandmother who raised her children to be model citizens, students, humanitarians, and respectful. I've known Donna for 40 years. Trust her, know her, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'll get into what I found with Dr. Graber years ago. It says when a 10-year-old girl came in to end the pregnancy 2 years ago, Dr. Benjamin Graber was concerned but not alarmed. He'd never performed an abortion on a girl so young, but he had seen plenty of pregnant teens. She looked as old as they had. Her mother, sadly but plausibly, blamed the pregnancy on older boys her daughter had been friendly with in the neighborhood. But Graber is plenty upset now that the girl's 29-year-old father has been arrested in Pompano Beach for molesting the youngster and her sisters. And so the guy's name was Ernest Atterbury, and he's not going to be released for at least 25 years. And this was back in, gosh, I think it was 1989 or so. Sorry, I don't remember the exact year. I don't have it in front of me right now. But what do you think about that? Is that... He went on to have a career in politics, and this, of course, came up in his opposition research, that he had performed the procedure on a 10-year-old girl without notifying family services in the area. So, I mean, I know how I feel about that, but curious as to what you guys feel. And, hindsight is 2020, of course, playing devil's advocate here. But I would think when a 10-year-old comes in and is pregnant, it might warrant a call to the local authorities. Let's see. But Dr. Graber, it says in this other article, he first met the couple when he moved to quiet Coral Springs in the 1970s and opened his gynecology practice. We could open our practices, he said, and our wives would run the front office. It was not unusual back then for a professional to have a wife in the front office assisting. Now, Harvey Adelson acted as a treasurer for one of Graber's election campaigns and was also involved in supporting a new school of dentistry at Nova Southeastern University. They had a lot of friends and a lot of parties, Graber recalled. The kids all had manners. were courteous and very polite. Nobody got in trouble. And he used to call Donna Reed, if you remember that classic television show about the housewife that was perfect in every way. Let's see. Dr. Graber, state lawmaker in Broward County. And he says about Charlie is a risk taker. I've known him since he was 4 years old. He is a playboy, a middle child. He has delusions of grandeur. In his mind, he wants to be James Bond, but he is a periodontist. That's a good line. Public records show Charles was sanctioned twice by the state of Florida in 2015 and 2023 for improper implant placement that led to nerve damage, according to state records. He had to pay $187,000 for malpractice and later $7,000 to the Florida Board of Dentistry in fines and investigation costs. He also received a reprimand on his license in 2019. Yeah, so he's the only one that's sticking his neck out for Charlie. And let's see. Yeah, Pappy Schmear says the Adelsons were great prior to the murdering. I by all accounts, that's what I've heard. People just can't believe that this happened. Of course, you know, people have secrets, and we know this family has secrets, obviously, from the phone calls that we've listened to. When Donna didn't know we were listening, we got to be that fly on the wall. But yeah, how do you guys feel about Dr. Graber? And let's see, Wesley said, referenced a book about the female orgasm that a Dr. Graber did co-author, but I'm wondering, I couldn't determine if that was the same Dr. Ben Graber or not. So let me know if you have more information on that, but I couldn't find any confirmation of that. Yeah, Jenny Gal, he seems icky. That's a very good word for him. And you know, I was listening to some phone calls earlier with some of Charlie's friends and his acquaintances. And he was talking to his, what is her name? She's babysitting the house for him right now, essentially. She's a doctor as well. Or that's what I've seen. But so she did tell him at one point, she asked him, like, dude, aren't you mad at Catherine Magbanua for sort of causing this situation? And she was the only one it was a very gentle confrontation, but she was the only one to sort of confront him. And she said, Charlie, you've been surrounded by bad people in your life. And Janice, thank you, Miss Bridge. Yeah, Janice and Queen Olive. Yeah, so that was an interesting call. I didn't have time to transcribe any phone calls for you with the Christmas holiday and everything, but we'll have that next on Friday, a couple of moments from the calls that I think are interesting. And let's see. Yeah, 207 in chat. We got a great audience tonight. And I'm going to put up that poll now to see if you all want to stick around and watch Wendi Adelson. Let's see. Shall we watch Wendy's famous interrogation together tonight? Yes or no? And we'll start that poll. How's everybody doing? Did you have a good Christmas yesterday, if that's your family's tradition? Did you get anything nice? We had a good time with, it was just us because everybody in our extended family is sick. So we didn't go over there, and my daughter is sick as well. So it's been we've managed to avoid getting it so far, but yeah, it's been a isolated Christmas for us, but it was really nice. We watched Elf yesterday, and just spent some time together, and it was fun. Let's see. Don't forget to smash the like button, Bright Sun reminds us. Let's see, 82% so far want to see. It's 78 now. So I think I will start it and we'll watch some of it because, like I said, I was going to watch it later anyway. And to me, it's fascinating. Like this and Chris Watts, I think, are the most fascinating interrogations that I've listened to, and multiple times. So, and let me know what you think of the audio enhancement here. It uses artificial intelligence to enhance the audio. It's not perfect. So sometimes it sounds robotic, a little bit like auto-tune, but I think it's improved and easier to hear. It unfortunately does not work on the jail calls. There's just too much going on audio-wise in those jail calls to enhance. But I think this turned out pretty well. So without further ado, let's take a look at Wendi Adelson. Here you go. 2014.
Did what'd you
To my voicemail.
what'd you hear?
What
was your voicemail?
It's from Lisa Carey, who is my real estate agent, or who I had gone with to find a house. She just said she was driving around town. She heard there was a shooting on Prescott.
Yeah. That's what this is about. I'm sorry you had to hear it that way.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if I should.
It's all right. Just leave it there. Is it still on?
Can everybody hear it okay? Let me know if you're having trouble hearing it. Now that I hear it in headphones, it's not perfect, but we're about to get to the big reveal here. And take a look at Wendi and see if you can pinpoint any new things about her reaction as she learns that her ex-husband is dead.
Do you want to just hit play again for me?
Good.
Hey, it's Princess Carrie. It is Friday, and I told you maybe you know that, but I told that there was a email that I thought, and I promised a lot of time to be.
All right, that's a voicemail that her friend left her, who was clearly concerned upon seeing the police cars on Trescott, but Wendi was not.
If his friend
so
had killed him,
much,
I'd find him out and know what's going on. I thought, all right, he was here 3083, and all is well, and I will talk to him.
You can stop it. Where's the stop water mat? Okay. Do you have your identification with you? And so you never took the last name of Markle? A-D-E-L-S-O-A.
Yes.
Wendi.
Yeah, Bright Sun. Besides Sarah Boone, Stephanie Lazarus, and Amy Day. Yeah, those are some of the best for sure.
There was a shooting at your home, or your ex-husband's home, at 2116 Trescott. Okay. Your ex-husband, Daniel, all right, has been taken to the hospital. He's not going to survive.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I'm about to turn on this buffet.
Just talked to him this morning.
Well, before we get into everything, I have to establish where you were and who you were with and so forth. Okay? And then once we've established all that, I can give you more details. Do you understand why I wanted you to come here before I discuss this?
Yeah, I mean, watching this the first time, I I thought it was not a genuine reaction. I always feel kind of bad at these points because if it is, it's a horrific situation. But this is Wendi Adelson, and she's kind of yeah, she's a special person. I think she might be powered by artificial intelligence. Yeah, Donna did say she is a good actor. And while she sobs, yeah, people don't
It's
account
okay.
for that. I don't think that they're going to get one shot at this performance and not being a professional actor. Like if you're not Jussie Smollett and you can't cry on command, it's going to be a little bit tough, especially in front of trained investigators.
No, you have nothing to be sorry about.
Yeah, her tissues remain completely dry. I agree.
Can you let me get over this hump, okay? Can we do that first? All right. So you tell me what time you left your house this morning.
Yeah, I was there. I didn't leave this morning. I didn't leave until noon. Oh my god. And I tried to drive up Triscott, and I saw that it was blocked.
It was blocked at some point. I'm not sure what time.
And I just thought, oh, there's maybe some...
That's the first of many things that I'm like, why does she even bring that up? That and like Charlie and the TV and all these things. Why would you? I don't know. It's like she's trying to be human.
trees down or something.
Oh, you're saying as you drove down which one of the side roads?
I'm going to a friend's party tonight, and it's a what am I even talking about?
I do
needed to
like our
buy-
theme
it's
song.
a stock the shelf engagement party, and so I went to buy bourbon. So I went to drive from my place up Trescott to get to ABC Liquor, and it was blocked. So I just turned around. I was on the phone at the time. I wasn't paying a lot of attention. Well, and then so I just turned around and drove up the other way. And I just thought, oh well, sometimes when I lived there were electrical things that was happening.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I took acting classes in high school as well, but there's no way in hell I could go in and fool trained investigators. One, I would be nervous. And it's not like being on stage nervous, because at least then you have a script to follow. I mean, there's no accounting for what the investigators are going to ask you in real life.
I left my house around 12:15 because I thought I'll get the bourbon and then I'll get some gas for the car and get super glue for one of the boys' toys, and I was trying to do all I can before meeting my two friends at 1.
Okay, who was at your house this morning?
The only person that was at my house this morning was a guy from Best Buy because my TV was broken and it's under warranty.
For you.
Yeah, I figured.
A guy from Best Buy was at your house to work on your TV?
I have his name.
Shout out to that Best Buy guy. Do we know, is this confirmed? Like, was there an appointment at her house that morning? I don't think I've ever asked or found out if that was the truth.
Name and everything is a house to fill in it because the boys broke the TV, so he gave me a choice of fixing it or getting a new one.
What time did he come to the house?
He called me at around 8. I was
Confirmed.
probably there until around 10.
Thank you.
Okay. And then
And then after he left, I kept working on a paper, and I emailed the paper to a librarian at school to work on some of the citations.
Okay.
And I don't think I talked to anyone else, but I was just working for an hour or so from the house. I was going to take a shower, but I didn't. I ran out of time. I did laundry. And then I left the house around noon.
To go to the
This is like those people that call 911 after killing their spouse, and they're like, yeah, I just got home from work and I walked in and I went up the stairs and then I heard the bathtub was on. So I opened the door and sure enough, my wife is drowning in the bathtub.
liquor store and the stuff for the party.
Yeah.
Okay, and you went down which road you said?
I went down Trescott.
Okay.
I saw a police car there, and I just thought it's blocked, so I just turned around and drove.
That is exactly, sorry to pause it so often, but that's exactly what I was thinking the other day. Do you remember Josh Powell, the guy in Utah that did end up making that exact situation happen? It was kind of like Wendi. We all knew that he made his wife go missing, but I guess they couldn't get enough evidence on him. And before they could arrest him, he, killed his boys and set the house on fire and all that stuff. So God forbid that should happen in this case, but it gives me that kind of vibes as well.
Drove to, I went down the rest of Centerville, went up Benton, took Benton across, went to ABC Liquors, bought the bourbon.
I'm a little confused. You're up on Centerville Road. What's your purpose of driving down Trescott?
It's usually the shortcut to get to Monroe.
To get to Monroe?
I usually take it as a cut through to get to Thomasville or Monroe.
Okay. All right. So
I
yeah.
don't know why I said Monroe. I was thinking Mosaic, Monroe. Thomasville.
Okay. So when you come down into town on Centerville,
I almost always cut through
Trescott, and just drive by your old house.
Well, I do it as a way of like coming to terms with a divorce, but yeah, sometimes I drive there. If I'm too sad, I drive around.
Okay.
If the kids aren't home and I know they're
Leslie.
not home, I feel better about driving by the house. But yeah, it's shorter, and I just usually drive by.
It's shorter than going all the way down to Benton.
All the way down Centerville and around that. Just a shortcut I always took.
Okay. So you turned around and went back to Centerville, I take it, down to Benton, and went to the liquor store down there on Thomasville, the one at Benton Road.
ABC Liquors, it's at, Benton.
Okay. All right. Did you make a purchase there? Yeah. And that was sometime after 12.
Probably 12:30. And I talked to a guy there because I don't really buy much alcohol.
Right. Why didn't she ask more questions? It seems like, she's trying to explain herself right away.
And so they wanted bourbon, and I asked the guy, we had a whole conversation about bourbon and my eye. It's like,
Your eyes.
he just said, your eyes are really blue, and
You have contacts.
I do.
That's one of many times she refers to herself about beautiful features about herself. I think she comments on her eyes as well later when that victim advocate comes in.
But I just remembered it. So I bought the bourbon and got some gas on Thomasville and met my friends at Mosaic.
Which gas station did you go to on Thomasville?
The one that's,
I don't brag about my beautiful green eyes.
forget the name, but the one that's close to the cross street, so next to the Goodwill.
Okay.
If you're heading north on Thomasville. If you're heading north on Thomasville, it's on your right.
Okay. Just past the Goodwill place?
The Goodwill, it's close to the intersection there.
Okay. And then from that point, you went straight to the
Mosaic.
Mosaic restaurant?
And met friends there. I used to have kind of a steady Friday meeting, and I hadn't seen my two friends in a while. And so we had made plans to meet up.
What time did you get to Mosaic?
About 1. I was a little late. We were supposed to meet at 1, and I got there a few minutes after.
I know it's cold in here. Okay. I know it's part of it, but do you know anybody that would have a beef against your ex-husband?
This is interesting too.
He's,
I hate to ask you now, but I have to do it now. You understand, right?
She wants to say it so bad. Charlie, Jeff.
Yeah. He. I mean, he had friends. He always meant well, but he would sometimes rub people the wrong way.
Okay.
But not anyone who would do something like that.
Anybody that he owes money to?
He was money to me,
He has money to you?
but it's not me.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Oh my god, they're kittens.
That's really bad when you have to answer the question. Is there anybody he owed money to? Well, me, yes, but I wouldn't do it. Oh my goodness.
I know a lot of people just really love him, but I don't know anyone who did something like that.
Well, we're still trying to determine, what happened and how it happened.
But he wouldn't do this to himself. He was a very positive person.
Okay.
He
No one that you know of or that he's spoken to recently that he's had some type of problem with or that he was concerned about?
no one that he was concerned about. I mean, we've been separated for 2 years, so I don't know,
Right.
If he had something going on, I wouldn't know about it. But I mean, and I had lost my voice earlier this week, and so we had put off this conversation about
Yeah, he has to know she's lying, right? I mean, he doesn't confront her on it really in this interrogation at all. That would have been interesting to see, when they set up the confrontation. But yeah, I think he knows she's full of it.
our son's school and where he was going to go, and he
My child can do a better
Yeah.
fake cry. Oh, sorry.
I know a lot of people didn't love him, but not anyone who would hate him. He meant well. Everyone that knew him knows that he means well, but he can be a little argumentative.
Right.
So it's not. But he wanted money. He didn't do anything except work and take care of his kids. He wasn't involved in anything bad. I can't believe this is happening.
I know. And he was a professor at the law school, is that correct? Okay. And your divorce has been 2 years or the total 7?
Good. I'm glad the audio sounds good to most of you. I noticed this does have trouble picking out when two people are sort of talking at once. But other than that, it brings everything to the front, and I've been really pleased with it.
Separation.
Adobe.
Total separation's been 2 years. Our divorce was finalized last summer around this time.
Okay.
He wouldn't do this to himself. He has a girlfriend now.
You know his girlfriend?
I met her once in the last couple of weeks. She was visiting. She lives in New York.
Okay. Do you know anything about her?
I know some things about her. She's also a law professor. I know she's recently divorced and she has a son. I don't know if her divorce is final, but I think recently divorced.
Was she a law professor?
Thank you, Observation Station. I think you're talking about me.
NYU. And they seemed very happy. And I mean, I think that was a really good thing in his life. He seemed really happy about it. Came down here, she met the boys, and I met her, and she told me how great she loved the boys. It seemed fine.
She ever stay at the house with him?
Just that one time.
When was that?
I remember because I just got back from me with my family in South Florida.
The dry cries. Yeah, I like that too, Sparkles.
It's
Sorry.
okay. You're doing great.
So what date was it? I went with my family And it was my dad's 70th birthday. We went home for it. So his birthday was the 5th. I left Monday the 30th. So she must have come into town Saturday, the evening of the 28th.
What month? June. This past June.
Just now. So June 28th. And then
According to the $29.99 search service Wendi signed up for, this is what she knows about Danny's new girlfriend. I bet she's the type that might do that.
and then she was there with the boys the 29th, and then I met her on the morning of the 30th when I picked up the kids to take them to South Florida.
Do you know when she left?
Yeah.
I could probably find it like in the email and stuff. I think she was here for like one more day, and then Danny went up to New York because I was with the kids in Miami for...
Yeah, he did do a good job of letting her talk here, but I don't think he could have stopped her if he wanted to.
A good long while I was there. I drove back July 10th, so I was there almost 2 weeks. And so I think he went up the next day.
Okay. Do you know her name?
I do. It's Amy Adler. Oh my gosh.
A-D.
Adler.
And she's a professor of law at NYU. What kind of car does she drive?
She has a car. She lives in New York City.
Well, so I mean, she was driving down. I mean, she flew down here, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. And
If you're just joining us, we're listening to an audio enhanced version of the interrogation. Ran it through Adobe's artificial intelligence. If you're enjoying yourself, wouldn't mind if you hit thumbs up and subscribe, and maybe tell a friend. We're the best show your friends have never heard of.
do you have her phone number?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know how long they were dating even. It seemed kind of serious if she met the kids, but I don't really know. He's been going up to New York for like conferences and stuff since Lincoln was about a few months old. So he's been going up there 3.5 years. So I my guess was that they might have known each other for a long time, but have been dating. I don't know how long.
Well, let me ask something. Does his relationship with her have anything to do with your girl's divorce?
No.
No, it had nothing to do with an extramarital affair or anything.
No, but the only thing I'm thinking is Amy. I don't know what Amy's full divorce situation is like. So if you're gonna think of someone who's not thrilled with Danny, I don't know how happy her husband or ex-husband is with the situation.
Do you know anything
Okay, so there's another person she was trying to throw under the bus. I forgot about that one.
about him?
Who might about him?
So you know Amy Adler, she's a professor at NYU. She was down here from the end of June to the first part of July.
I think just a few days.
Right. As visiting, but he'd been seeing her when he goes to New York on these conferences.
Yeah.
True.
Well, he's in New York in the summertime. We have a week on, week off schedule with the boys. So whenever I have them for a week, he goes up to New York for a week. So he's been spending a lot of time up there.
Did he relate to you that he'd been seeing her up in New York, or that's where they met, or anything of that nature?
He didn't tell me about it, but I feel like he was pretty vocal with like our friends and people probably since December about her being his girlfriend. So
Who would be his best friend?
when we
Apparently in Wendy's world, like really good friends will kill your troublesome ex-spouse for you just out of the goodness of their heart without even asking you first.
were still together, he had two best friends. Neither of them were in Tallahassee. Oh my God, I'm completely blanking on their last names right now.
That's okay.
Matt. Matt Party's, that was his best man at our wedding. And Josh Berman, who, Matt is in DC and Josh is in New York. Actually, he has a friend. I don't know if they're so close, but he and the boys sleep over at their house a lot. They're in Cairo, Georgia. Okay. That's probably his closest friend here.
You know his name?
His name's Alex Greenberg. He's a veterinarian in town, and they've got kids around the same age as our kids.
He's a vet here in town?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say I have about, let's see, this has about 25 minutes to go of the enhanced audio. If it's all right with you guys, I'll just play it till the end, and then we'll call it a night.
You know where his office is?
I don't. Maybe in Cairo.
Oh, he didn't have an office in Tallahassee?
I don't think so.
He's a vet in Cairo.
Their house is in Cairo. His wife is a dentist. I don't know if her practice is in town or in Cairo either. His wife is Maya. M-Y-A.
Zach, you're being very helpful. Okay, I know it's hard. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. I know it's all the shock. I know it's coming to you all at once. Okay?
I don't know who would do this.
Okay. Well, it appears from what we've seen so far that someone intentionally hurt him. Okay? Intentionally. Okay, I don't think... No.
Intentionally, Sarah Boone.
No. And I don't think...
After the boys.
I don't think that's going to be... No. I have no indication at this time that that's a threat. Okay? But the boys are going to stay with you. You're not going to back over to Trescott. Okay? I know you don't. But the boys are going to stay with you. Okay? And they'll be fine.
I don't know if I can take care of them like that.
All right. Where's your closest family at?
My family actually just talked to my brother this morning. My parents are in Coral Springs.
Okay.
And my brother, I have two brothers, but I'm very close to one of them who is in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. All right. So that's where you're from originally, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
His family's
Yeah, she's not from Tallahassee up here with all those Tallahassee people. You know how they are.
Canada. Did they know? Did you tell them?
No, they haven't been notified yet.
God. It's a parents I thought.
Okay. I know you don't. But the boys are going to stay with you. Okay? And they'll be fine.
I don't know if I can take care of them like that.
All right. Where's your closest family at?
My family actually just talked.
I want to take your cell phone.
Sorry about skipping back and forth. The audio just got really quiet for me. I didn't know if it came across on your end too.
And download all the information out of it. You have a problem with that? Okay. And then we're going to make arrangements for you to get the kids, or we'll get the kids somehow, okay? Because the kids are at daycare, right? Yeah. And they're going to need their mother.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do that?
Yes.
I got to get a form for you to sign, and then I'm going to get the phone started, okay?
I have a lot of friends.
I know.
How do you know that?
Well, you had two of them was there for a last-minute lunch day, right?
Last minute?
Well, I mean, you went up there. You're sitting with them. You have friends.
I do. What I meant by it is that Danny didn't treat me very well. And I'm so scared that maybe someone did this.
Like, why would you even think that? I mean, yeah, Blue says this part is just weird. It's just straight up bizarre. Like, I don't know how she thought this would help, or if she planned to do this. I don't know.
Well, because they hate Danny, and because they thought this was good somehow.
Oh, are you saying that you think maybe one of your friends would have done something like this? I don't know. That's why you're here, and that's why we're talking.
Yeah, Sue, I'm desperate for any Sarah Boone reference at this point. She's gone missing in action for a few months now.
Would you ever ask someone to do something like this? Okay.
No, they just do
Do
it
you
for
think
me.
someone would do this for your benefit without asking you? What good does it serve?
I made my brother, the one, his name is Charlie, the one I'm really close to. He makes a lot of jokes in bad taste, and it was a joke he made. He bought the TV for me this morning that got
Now it's Charlie's turn under the wheels of the bus.
broken, and then I was talking to him about whether it made sense to pay to fix it or whether I should get a new one, and it was always his joke that, like, he knew Danny treated me badly, and it was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman, and it was cheaper to get you this TV, so instead I got you this TV. I mean, he would never. He's my big brother, and he's been taking care of me since I was little, but he would never. And I told that to the repair guy this morning.
Right. That's okay.
They said, he asked me how much it cost, and I said I didn't know because it was a gift, because my brother said it's cheaper than a hitman. It was my divorce present. Such a horrible thing to say.
It's just
Oh, so
embarrassing.
That's okay.
But even my family, who felt like I had been mistreated, would never do something like that. Never.
Well, you guys have been divorced for over a year. Has there
New poll in the chat. Let us know if you think Wendi walked out of the room thinking she nailed this.
been any type of abuse in that time?
Of him towards me?
Yeah.
No. It's he's litigious, and we have an ongoing case because the house, it shouldn't be, I don't know, it shouldn't be in my name anymore, but when we
Good night, Amelia Sparkles. If you're still listening, good night, and thanks for stopping by tonight. We'll see you next time.
settled the case that we're divorced, he said, one of the agreements the court said was Danny wanted to stay in the house. They said, you can have the house, but you need to pay her half of the amount of what the house is worth. And he agreed to it. And then months passed, and he just never paid me. And so we have ongoing litigation where I filed a motion in the court to have him pay me what he said he would. And he filed a counter motion for sanctions against my
Oh, was the poll blank?
attorney because he thought that she did something wrong, which she didn't. But so, I mean, she withdrew from the case and was going to serve as a witness, so she's not going to lash down at you before it. She's using the legal process to do it. My parents are, very angry towards him. But even when they're around my kids, they would never say a bad word about my kid's father. They're really, really careful about that.
Who talks about litigation when someone is about to die? Now you know the answer to that question.
They just like him, but they know he's the father of my kids. They would never do that. I don't know would be angry enough like that
Well, that's what I have to find out.
to do something like this.
The brother that you're real close to, I have to do a lot of elimination at the same time. The brother that you're really close to, the one that joked about the TV and everything, what'd you say his name was? Charlie, and he's in Fort Lauderdale? Yeah. Okay. Tell me what kind of car he has.
He has like 5 cars. I don't know. He drives he's in one of them is an unmarked police car.
Oh, really?
He's a bit of a character.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's driving at the time.
Right.
But I'll tell you, he's a periodontist, and he has this practice where he works from early in the morning till late at night. So if you ever wanted to find his whereabouts, he's working all day long and until early in the morning till late at night, always driving to a different office.
Oh, he goes to different offices?
Yeah, he works at different offices all over South Florida, does implants for people. And he works really hard all the time. He has a girlfriend, so he's...
Yeah, I agree with you guys. Why would you even tell this story in this way? Certainly, like he's a bit of a character. You know where to find him. go pick him up. You know where to find him.
Pretty much a county report all the
Charlie, was that his first name?
Charlie's his first name.
Not Charles?
I'm thinking Charles is his legal name. No one calls him that.
What's his last name?
Adelson.
What's his middle?
J-A-Y.
Same spelling. Adelson.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, look on this.
What?
What? Oh my gosh. I can't believe this is happening.
Okay. All right. Let me go get the form for the phone.
Do I need to get read by Miranda rights or something if you're gonna look at my phone?
Now, that's a bizarre question. Do I need to be read my Miranda rights or something if you guys want to look at my phone? Like, I feel like an innocent person would offer up their phone and not... I mean, she is a lawyer, but still, that's a weird, strange question. And I'm sure the investigator thinks so.
I can read you Miranda if you want to hear that.
I'm just trying to
I
make
can
sure.
do that if you
I
want.
have no reason. I have no reason at this point to suspect you in this incident. Okay.
I couldn't tell from the way you were talking to me in the car if I was...
Well, no, the reason was I didn't want to get into everything until we got up here. Okay.
Still in the hospital?
He's at the hospital, yes. Yes.
And he's alone.
Yes.
And nobody knows he's there.
Well, you know now, and while I'm going to get this phone taken care of, I'm going to have a victim advocate come in here, and hopefully you can supply her with his parents. I'm assuming his parents would be his next of kin.
He has a sister he's really close with.
Where is she?
They're all in Canada. He's Canadian.
Okay. All right, they live in Canada.
They all live in Canada. His family's all in Canada.
They're all in Canada, folks.
They're gonna think I did it.
Now, just don't jump to conclusions on that.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
All right, let me go get the form for the phone, okay?
She must have thought she had to appear distraught if they were going to believe her, but a more believable reaction would be, wow, that is terrible. You know, we didn't get along, but as we listen to her whimper here, if we didn't get along, but that's messed up.
Sorry, you okay?
No,
I meant to, like,
it's fine. Our last interaction wasn't nice.
well, you're talking about personal.
I'm just looking bigger. I didn't want him to take the boys this afternoon. I didn't want it to have them. And I talked over with my brother and realized, if their dad wants to take them swimming, it's not worth getting upset over.
Yeah, touche. A more believable reaction would be concern for the boys. Where's that? She does kind of feign a little bit later, like, oh my gosh, what if they come and hurt me and the boys?
He sent me that message at 9:15 this morning.
Love you, Tiffie Lou. We're married, just in case y'all don't know. Somebody in the comments didn't know the other day, but I'm pretty fond of that lady.
You were telling me before, when we were riding up here, that the agreement was that you're all going to have some type of phone call at 11:15 this morning. Is that correct?
Well, not exactly, just that we need to have the talk at some point before we have to decide before Monday of what to do about his school, where Ben's going to go to school. And he said, I'm going to be done. I thought it was 11:15, but when we listened to the message, it was 10:30. When he said, I'm going to be out of, he went to like a workout class at the gym. He said,
You're the lady, Tiffie Lou. And don't make me pause it so many times. You know people hate that.
at Premiere, said, I'm going to be out of it by such and such a time. You could call me then.
Naughty girl.
I called, but I think we could see what time I called him. I thought it was worth like, let's see, recent calls. I called him. Well, that's him calling it at 9:02. I called him at 11:42. It got his answering machine.
He called you at 9:02?
He called me at 9:02.
Mm-hmm.
The repair guy was there, and honestly, I leave my ringer off a lot of the time, so I didn't even hear the call come in.
Oh, by the way, Tiffie Lou, when you recorded that very earnest apology earlier, you left the recording on at the end, and people got an earful.
Oh, he left me a message. I called him at 11:42. I left him a message. Just saying, okay, I want to talk about school for men, and I assume I'll see you at 4:30 today. When I figured he's gonna take the kids swimming, and then he'll drop them at the house at 4:30.
Okay. So in other words, the whole meeting at 10:30 or 11:15 just happened. Right. Okay. All right. Let me get this. There's a lot of information on here. Okay. It'd probably be easier if I read it to you. Okay. I, Wendi Adelson, and I got to change this.
Adelson.
I know I got to change it.
It's okay.
Just get the name right. It's Adelson.
It's Adelson.
Actually, it's spelled right. I said it wrong. Adelson. Do hereby authorize and give my permission to investigate Ryson, who has identified himself to me as a law enforcement officer with necessary assistance of a digital forensic examiner to make a full and complete search of my cell phone or other digital media, along with data located on additional data sources, locations such as connected to, at, and were at the Tallahassee Police Department. That's the act. I have been advised that law enforcement are engaged in investigation concerning an alleged violation of federal or state law pertaining to a shooting incident. I do further authorize...
The strangest one, that's because you're a human being with feelings and emotions. Wendi wouldn't do that.
That's where we're at right now. Yeah. Computers, cell phones, computer peripherals, digital media data, which may or may not have a connection, value, or relevance as evidence in said investigation. The above law enforcement officer has fully and fairly advised me of rights as follows. I have the right to refuse consent of the search of my property. I have the right to consult with an attorney or any other person of my choice prior to giving them consent and permission to search the above described property. Any cellular phones, computers, computer peripherals, and digital media or data.
I was wondering that too, Black Eagle. How did they find her at the restaurant? She's kind of amazed herself, like, how did they know where I was? Interesting.
Against me or others in a court of law. I fully understand, appreciate these rights, and wish it be specifically understood that I'm hereby giving consent permission to conduct the search of the cellular phones, computers, computer peripherals, and digital media data, along with any data located on any additional digital storage locations such items can connect to, solely because of my desire to freely and voluntarily cooperate and assist in this investigation. I have not been promised anything or been threatened or coerced in any way, nor has any inducement of any kind been held out to me in return for this consent and permission to search. Okay, can I have your phone now?
I don't know why that was funny.
Oh, stupid question, but are you gonna give it back?
Yes.
I feel like I need to help.
No, you're going to get. No, you're going to get it back. It's just going to. I'm trying to expedite this now so I can get it back to you sooner.
Oh, okay. Her stupid question was, I couldn't hear it very well, but am I going to get the phone back?
Understand.
Be right back. See me.
Yeah, we're in the new millennium. You can't get away with killing your ex as easy as you used to. But for some reason, the cops still film interrogations on potatoes. I always like to look at the parts of the interrogations where they're alone in the room. It's really tough to tell because you can't see her face, but it's really some of the most telling moments.
Okay,
in
Wendi.
interrogations.
Well, that's the friend I was with calling. Do you want to just decline it? I guess I should talk to you.
Yeah.
Hello, Moments in Trading. Welcome.
Fine.
Is there someone that I could talk to about what to tell my kids?
Yes, well, we're going to get to that. Give me your phone number on this phone again.
954-803-0075.
Gosh, I keep thinking about the kids and what they're going to go
I get,
through later this day.
Daniel's cell phone number.
I mean, I know it goes without saying, but how could you do that to your kids?
8200.
202-276-8200. Okay.
Yep.
You know his passcode to unlock his phone?
I don't have a passcode. What? I was with him. He didn't have the kind of phone that needed a passcode. Okay. But he's got an iPhone since that, so
Yeah.
he may have one. And I don't can't remember. Like, actually,
Yes.
I remember his passcode to something, but it was like a word in Hebrew with the word one, so it's a word and not numbers. I don't. I could give you my children's birthdays in case you want to try that.
Wendy
really have
does
no
not
idea
sound
what it
nearly
would
as
be.
congested as she
Okay.
should. She should be
Let's,
like sniffling and like
with the children's
Alec
birthday.
Murdoch
So
with
bad
the
is
the
729,
snot
so
dripping
it could
from
be
his
like
nose.
07,
She needs to really sell out for
Oh, what
this. I'd like to see some more mucus.
2009. Lincoln is 10/13/2010. The
10/13 of 10.
Oh, thank you, Wanda.
I was complaining about it in the list chat.
Sorry. I'll be right back. Go ahead. It's okay.
I don't know.
Now this is I would never hurt Paul. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of another legal family that destroyed their entire lives, the Murdochs.
What's going on?
What? Oh, she asked herself what is going on. That's not very natural. It's like a telenovela.
It's what?
Yeah, some of this audio gets lost. I don't think the AI can figure out what the AI can't figure out, Wendy, for God's sake. What chance do we have? All right. Just going to go forward a little bit here. Oops. Okay, here comes somebody.
Can't leave.
No, not yet. You got somebody here?
You got somewhere you need to go, Wendy?
Seriously? Okay. Follow this.
Sorry.
Oh, right. She just asked to go to the bathroom, but she's got to hold it in for now. I don't want her washing her hands, I suppose.
We just have to eliminate everything. Okay, you know what she's saying, right?
I'm assuming I'm a suspect.
No, you're not a suspect. I'm not. I don't consider you a suspect. I asked you to come up here. You came up here voluntarily. I'm not Reggie Miranda. You are not under arrest. You are the closest thing to family that I have to Daniel right now.
She was audibly relieved at that answer when she asked if she's a suspect. She kind of lets out a whew.
Okay? You are.
So sad for.
Good night, Jeff Brown. Have a good night, and thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the kind words.
So
I was thinking about something else. He told me that he comes. We have week on, week off, but on Wednesdays we do an overnight.
right.
And he told me that he might have some work up in New York and he might not be back in time for the Wednesday overnight. So there's no way that he did this because he had all kinds of plans like for next week. That
You're saying he would not hurt himself.
No,
Okay.
it wasn't him.
Okay.
Wait, what? So she's saying there's no way Danny would hurt himself. Is that what I'm hearing?
He has no reason to hurt himself or anything along that.
No, I mean, I can see him being really sad when we first got divorced.
Right.
But now he's got Amy and he loves those boys.
Black Eagle, yeah, she clearly doesn't follow true crime. And I'm not saying I would pass this test, but I would certainly do a little bit better than Wendi. We all would, I think, knowing what we know from these interrogations.
Things are really good for him. There's no way
Comes
he
in
did
handy.
this to himself.
Okay. I believe you.
It really scares me because it means there's someone out there that's willing to do this to him, and I'm scared for the kid.
Okay. I understand I understand.
He's at school right now, and I want to.
There's an officer.
Okay, so we're we're like 40 minutes in. This is the first expression of concern for her kids, and it seems like an afterthought.
at the school. The kids are fine. Okay, there's just no. The kids are. Well, we're going to help you with that. Okay. But here's what I have to do right now. And I'm just trying. I want to get this down, Pat. I know you don't have your phone to refer to, but that's okay. Right, because I'll check that against what you tell me.
Okay.
Your last phone conversation. Okay, your last personal contact, in other words, in person with Daniel, was when?
He goes by Danny.
Danny. Okay.
No one calls him Daniel.
I don't know him. So.
Unless how I guess so that it just feels really impersonal. My last face-to-face contact with him.
Mm-hmm.
Babel. We do a lot of like leave off pickup at the school, right? Where one of us will take the kids to school, the other one picks them up. When was the last time I saw him? I definitely saw him when I picked the kids up. I feel like there's something since then.
Did she know it was the last time she was going to see him when she saw him that day? I'm sure she did. Again, not been accused of a crime. Well, she's been plenty accused of a crime, but not been charged officially with any crime. So Wendi is still living her life. Hopefully she doesn't harm the kids. They've got a tough enough time in life anyway now. Teenagers and just, yeah. So let us know in the comments if you would like to resume this watching of Wendi's interrogation next time. And we'll do that. I never get tired of it, but I don't know if other people do because I'm kind of weird, as Tiffie Lou will attest to. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by tonight, guys. I had a really good time. Like I said, I'm always feeling like half a show without Tiffie Lou, but I think she'll be back next time. And I can't wait. I love you, honey. All right. Everyone, we'll see you on Friday. We are going to do a little bit of a end of the year retrospective, maybe a tier list of some of the crimes that have happened last year this past year and whatnot. So join us Friday. We'll be back on the 29th, and we will see you then. Love you guys.